We are going to do level 1.1. We're looking at the short vowel sound ah and these new consonants n, and This is the introduction. We will introduce you to the new concepts in this lesson. Let's review the sound ah. What is the sound at the beginning of the word apple? Ah, right. And what letter stands for ah? A. Yes, sounds and letters are different. The letter is A, the sound is ah, and that brev over the A means that it's a short vowel sound that we're talking about. We're talking about ah. When we do the drill, we'll go like this: A, apple, ah. Can you do that? A, apple, ah. Good. We have 3 new consonants. This is a man. The sound at the beginning of man is mm. Listen and watch me say it. My lips are pressed together, and I make a continuous sound. Mm. I don't say ma, because ma is 2 sounds. Ma is and ma. We just want So the sound is and the letter is M. This is a capital M and a common M. This is you might want to say acorn. It's actually a nut. An acorn is a nut. So we're doing nut. This is a nut. The sound at the beginning of nut is Listen and watch me say it. My mouth is open. My tongue is on the roof of my mouth, and the sound comes through my nose. Now you. The sound is the letter is N. This is a capital N and a common N. This is a rat. The sound at the beginning of rat is r. It's not ra. Ra is 2 sounds. Ra is r and ra. We just want r, like you're about to say rat. Listen and watch me say it. My mouth is in an O shape. The sound is coming from the back of my tongue and my throat. This is a continuous sound. We can keep saying it. The sound is r. The letter is R. We have a capital R and a common R. Let's practice blending these new sounds. First, we'll say the sounds as I touch each circle. We're going to go r, ah. Then we're going to blend those sounds together. And I always say we've got r in the mouth and the vowel sound gets it out. So we go ra. Can you do that? Ra. So as I drag the cursor along that arrow, you're going to do it. Ra. Once we can get those 2 sounds blended, we can drop in any sound after that. So watch. We've got ah. We're going to blend the first 2 sounds and then drop in that last sound. Rat. Rat. Right? Rat. Okay, we'll do it with another sound. The sounds are ah. If we blend it, it's, remember the first sound is in our mouth, the vowel gets it out. Nah. And if you can stretch out the vowel, that's best. Nah. And we'll do it down here with another sound on the end. Nat. Nat. And the word is gnat. It's a capital letter here because Nat is a person's name. Let's do another one. We have ah. We can blend it. Ma. Ma. Down here, we'll drop in another sound. Mat. 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 Okay. Now we have something called rebel words. Do you know what a rebel is? A rebel is a person who doesn't quite follow the rules. Maybe you've known someone like this. Someone who comes to school but kind of disrupts the classroom, sits down backwards, talks back to the teacher, just doesn't follow the rules. This is a rebel. So a rebel word is very similar. A rebel word shows up but doesn't follow the rules. So they just do something a little bit different. So you have to be a little bit flexible when you deal with a rebel word. If we tap and blend these two sounds, ass, we get ass, ass. But we're not trying to say that word. We're trying to say as. So in this case, S is standing for the sound Z. Sometimes that happens. S can stand for S or it can stand for Z. It gets a little rebellious sometimes. It doesn't follow the rules. So this word is as. This probably isn't a problem for you. You probably know this word as, but it's good as much as possible. We're trying to teach your brain how to map these words. So we even if it's a word that you know, we want to go through the motions of going, oh yeah, this is as. Okay, we're showing our brain how to get through these letters. Okay, so this word is as. It's a rebel word. And the rebel words will always have green in them on the background so that you'll know this is a rebel word. Okay, you just have to make a little adjustment. Okay, let's start the lesson. So we're gonna do the sound drill. You'll repeat after me. We're gonna go A, apple, ah. Can you do that? A, apple, ah. The letter is A. The sound is ah. Let's go through the consonants that we've done. Now, for the consonants, I don't need you to say the letter name. I just want the sound. The reason for this is because most of the students I work with know the name of the letter, and that's not a problem. But what we need to do is start thinking about the sounds. And when we see that letter, we need to think about the sound, not the name of the letter. So I just want the sound. I have a keyword next to the letter so that if you get stuck, you can remember, oh, what is that sound? Oh, yeah, it's the first sound in dog. Okay. So all I want is the sounds. I want you to go D, M, R, T, N, S. Remember, you're not putting any extra sound after the sound. You're not saying sa, you're saying s, just the sound by itself. Let's do it again. D, M, R, T, N, S. Okay. Now we're going to do the reverse sound drill. When I say the word apple, what's the first sound you hear? Apple. Apple. I want that ah. The first sound in apple is ah. And what letter stands for that sound? A. So the sound is ah. Sorry, the sound is ah. The letter is A. Now we'll do the consonants. I'm going to go in order. As we go on, I'll start going out of order. But for now, we're going in order just to be as organized and meticulous and neat as possible. So when I say the word dog, what is the first sound in dog? The first sound is D. And the letter that stands for that sound is D. When I say man, what is the first sound? The first sound is and the letter that stands for is M. Rat. What is the first sound? And the letter that stands for is R. Tack. Can you hear the tack? The first sound in tack is T, and the letter that stands for T is T. Fish. What is the first sound in fish? And the letter that stands for F is F. Nut. What is the first sound in nut? N. And the letter that stands for N is N. Snake. What is the first sound in snake? S. And the letter that stands for S is S. Okay, those are our consonants. Let's move on. Now we're going to do blending. We're going to practice blending sounds together because this is really the key. Blending sounds together, taking sounds apart. It's not about memorizing words or memorizing the shapes of words. It's about seeing those letters and knowing that they stand for sounds and putting those sounds together. Okay, so here we have ah. So let's blend that together. And I recommend dragging out the vowel. Af. Af. This is not a real word. We're often going to work with words that are not real. Af. Af. Add. Add. Af. Af. Again, same nonsense word. Al. Al. An. An. With my accent, I say an. When I say this word an, like an apple, an elephant, I say an. It's very nasal. It comes through my nose. An. Some people say an. Some people say an. Doesn't matter. Am. Again, I say am. A lot of people say am. Doesn't matter. Either way is fine. If you say am the way I do, you have to make a little adjustment. You say am, and then you have to say am to say it the way you say it to make the real word. Okay, now we're putting the consonant in front. This means you've got the consonant in your mouth and the vowel's going to get it out. So we're going ra, ra. And I want to show you why we're doing this because these are not real words. There's a little line to show that there should be a letter at the end. So let me show you what it looks like when there's a letter at the end. Okay, so if we have ra and we drop in t, what word do we have? Rat. Rat. What about ram? Ram. What about rad? Rad. Okay, let's move on. We have sa. So we'll blend it by going sa. Sa. I'll show you again. If we put a sound at the end, we have sat, sat, or Sam, Sam, the name Sam. Sad, sad. Okay. So you can see that if you can blend these first two sounds, you're more than halfway to being able to read the word correctly and in a way that's going to make sense to your brain to understand how to decode these words. Let's do the next one. Ma. Now this looks like ma. You might know this word as ma. Doesn't matter. For now, for this exercise, because that line is there, we're understanding that there should be a word there. Sorry, a letter there. It should be mad or mat. But I just want you to practice blending those first two sounds together. and ah, ma. The reason we do this blending exercise is because for years I worked with students blending and saw that they had so much trouble blending the sounds together, and especially those first two sounds. So now we work on it right away, and it makes a huge difference. Okay. Ah, na, ah, fa, ah, la, ah, ta, ah, da. Again, da. Some of these sounds like t and d can't be stretched out. So we say them right in our mouth and they need the vowel to get out. So it's like da. So these are a little bit harder to work with, but we can manage. Okay. More words. Now, if this is easy for you, skip over it. Go to the next thing. I would recommend going all the way through the lesson, but skip over the parts. You don't have to bore yourself. We want to get to where it's useful to you, but make sure you're very solid with blending sounds together because it really is the most important thing. Okay, so we're going to do another page. Fa. And now we have sounds dropped in at the end. Fat, fat, fatten, fan, or fan. I say fan. R and ah. Ra, rat, ran, ran. And ah. Ma, mad, mad. Mat, mat. Na, nap, nap. Nat, nat. And it's a capital letter, so that means it's a name, the name Nat. Ta, again, t is in our mouth. We can't get it out without the vowel. So we go t, ah, ta. You have to blend those sounds right away. Ta. That's how t gets out of your mouth. Ta, tad. Tad means just a little bit. It's sort of an old-fashioned word, like, oh, do you want some sugar in your coffee? Just a tad. It's not a very common word, but we use it in here because it's the letters and sounds that we're working with. And this one is tan, tan, or tan. I say tan like the color tan. Okay. Now we have some words without the blending drill. We're just going to read these words. Now, if you can read these words, go ahead and read them or skip this page. But it really is good to practice blending the sounds together because we're retraining your brain to look at these letters in a different way. So when we want your brain to not just see the shape of this word, but to know that these are two sounds put together. At, add, am. Here's our rebel word with the z sound. As, sat, fat, sad, sam, sat, mat, man, mad, like I'm so mad. Fat, fam, short for family, or maybe it's a nonsense word. Fam, fan, like a fan that you turn on when it's hot. Okay, now this is our challenge page. These are words that are unusual, possibly unknown, or might be names. So these are harder. And if it's capital letter, that means it's a name. Nat, nan, nan. I say nan, like nan, short for maybe Nancy. Lad, lad, lad. Lad is a sort of an old-fashioned word for a boy. Oh, just a young lad. Tat, tat. I don't really know what tat means. I think it's like a sound, like rat-a-tat-tat. Tam, tam. A tam is like a Scottish hat, I believe. Doesn't really matter. Some of these words, like you may never need to use the word tam. And you hear how I say it. I say tam. I don't say tam, although either is correct. But we want you to practice blending sounds together. So we try to find unusual words because we want you to be able to read words you don't know. So if you see this word, we want you to be able to read tam. Oh, it's a tam. Okay. Tad. Tad. Again, meaning just a little bit. I'll just have a little tad, just a tad of sugar for me. Ram. Ram. I say ram. A ram can be a male sheep, or it can mean to like ram something down, which is what a male sheep likes to do. Ram. It's also the name of a sports team, the Rams, and it's the name of a truck, the Dodge Ram. So pretty common word, actually. Ram. Dam. Dam. A dam is the thing they block a river with to sort of hold the water back. A dam. Rad. Rad, which means it's rad, which I think is short for radical, which is used as like as an expression, like that's so rad. Okay. Dan, Dan, the name Dan. Fad, fad. So fad is like a trend, like kids kind of take up a fad, or there's the fad for a certain kind of hat or a certain kind of jeans. It's a big fad. Fam, fam. Fam could be short for family, like me and the fam or hanging out, or it could be a nonsense word. Okay. Feel free to stop the video and practice again if you feel like you need practice, but we want you to be able to read these words very easily. Okay. Now, and here we have a little vocabulary just to give you some visuals for some of these more unusual words. So here we have fan, fan. I say fan. So fan can be, the fan that keeps you cool, or it can be like it's short for fanatic, like somebody who's completely obsessed with some sports team or anything. You can be a fan of a celebrity. You can be a fan of a certain type of behavior. You can not be a fan. You can say like, I'm not a fan of that sort of behavior or whatever. So fan. And here we have ram, which is a male sheep, or it can mean to ram something. Fad. A fad is, this is a picture of ripped jeans. Like there's a fad for ripped jeans. Dam, which is a dam, like a thing that they use to block a river so the water gets held back. Okay, those are some of our vocabulary words. Okay, now we're going to do some spelling. So you're going to have to sort of manage this a little bit on your own. But first, I want to give you some tips. So when you're spelling something, first, listen to the word. So say the word is ram. So the word is ram. We want you to hear the sounds. Can you break those down into 3 sounds? What's the first sound in ram? The first sound is r. You can even tap it out on your fingers. R, ah, mm. R, ah, mm. Those are the 3 sounds. So if you can break those sounds apart, you can figure out the spelling. Then I want you to write the sounds, r, ah, mm, and then check what you've written. Read it back to yourself. Ram. Okay. So let's go to the next. Oh, so I'm going to actually give you some words to spell, and you can stop the video, and as you tap out the sounds, and then you write them, and then you check them. Okay. So the first sound is add. This is 2 sound words. Add. Do you hear the sounds? Add. Okay, the next sound is am. Am. Can you hear the sounds? Ah, am. The next sound is an. An. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to do spelling now. You're going to have to do some of this on your own. So I'm going to help you. I'm going to walk you through, but you're going to have to get some paper out and you're going to write the words down. Okay. So first, our strategy. Our strategy is you're going to listen to the word. So just imagine the word is add. Add. Okay. Then you're going to figure out the sounds. You want to break that word down into its sounds. Add has two sounds. What's the first one? And what's the second one? You can even tap it out. You can go add. That can help a lot. Add. Then you're going to write the sounds on your paper. Add. And then you're going to check the sounds. You're going to go, what are these sounds? Add. Add. Okay. All right. So let's go on. I am going to dictate to you some words. The first one is add. What are the sounds? Add. Can you write that? Stop the video if you need more time. The next one is am. I am at home. Am. What are the sounds in am? Mm. The next word is an. This is an apple. An. What are the sounds? An. An. Can you write that? The next one is fad. It's like those teenagers with their fads. They've got a fad for ripping their jeans. Fad. Now we have three sounds. What are they? Add. Fad. Ram. What are the sounds? Ram. Ram. Write that. And the last sound is, sorry, the last word is rad. 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 Okay, so now we're going to go to the next page and you can check your work. We had add, am, an, fad, ram, rad. Okay, take your time. And like I said, you can always stop the video. You can go back and redo the spelling test, but you should be able to get these. You know, if you break down the words into sounds and you go one sound at a time, you should be able to get this. It might take some practice, but you can get it. I guarantee you can get it. And I've worked with enough students to know that you can get it. So if you're not getting it right away, just take the time and do the practice. Okay, let's move on. Now we have common words. Common words are words that are used all the time. They're very common. Common means just very it happens everywhere. It's all the time. There's nothing special about these words. They're very common. So we want you to know these words. If you have trouble with any of these words, there's a link in the notes and you can click on that link and do a lesson just on these common words. You may know them though. So the words are the, yes, is, which we've already done. It's also a rebel word. Go, no, so. And you can just notice that those last three words all have something in common. They all have an O that sounds like O. So go, no, so. These are like have a similar spelling pattern. Okay. We're going to go ahead and spell those words. So I will dictate them to you. The first word is the. The next word is yes. The next word is. And then we have no, go, so. Okay. And here are the answers. So check your work, stop the video and check your work. We want you to be able to read and write these words without hesitation. So definitely practice these. They can be sounded out. All of these words can be sounded out. We just haven't gotten to that spelling pattern yet. So that's why we sort of work on them ahead of time. You know, you're going to learn the TH is the, and the E is eh, and the O can be O. You're going to learn all that. But for now, we just have to do it this way. Okay, so again, if you have trouble with any of these, click the link in the notes and do a lesson just on these common words from 1.1. Okay, now we have some phrases. We're getting to the end of the decoding lesson. So the common words are in green, so you know that you can't really sound them out quite yet. And the other words we can sound out if you run into trouble. So here we have, I'll pause so you can read it and then I'll read it. The rat. The rat. And we want to read things kind of fluently. We want to sound like we're speaking. So we don't want to read the rat. I mean, you can do that at first, but then once you've got the words down, read it fluently. The rat. Sam is mad. And we read it like this. Sam is mad. Or Sam is mad. You know, you want to put some kind of emotion or some kind of meaning into these sentences because that's why we're speaking, we're conveying, we're sharing meaning. So we want to read that way. Sam is mad. Sam is mad. Whatever the context is. Go, Sam. And we would read it like this. Go, Sam. There's an exclamation point here, and that means we're reading it with some anger or emotion or just loudness. Go, Sam. And then here again, we have an exclamation point, and the words are no, Sam. No, Sam. However you want to read it, but you want to respond to that punctuation, that exclamation point. Okay. I'm going to ask you to write them, or write one or two. Can you write the rat? Now I say it fluently, the rat, but we can break it up for spelling. The rat. Can you write that? And pause if you need to pause. Sam is mad. And I'm going to break it up. Sam is mad. Can you write that? Make sure you have a capital letter at the beginning and a period at the end because this is a full sentence. Sam is mad. Go, Sam. So you're going to have go and then a comma and then Sam with an exclamation point. Go, Sam. And no, Sam. So remember, capital letter for no, comma, and a capital letter for Sam. And an exclamation point. No, Sam. Okay, so here we have the rat. Sam is mad. Go, Sam. No, Sam. So check your work and correct anything and maybe go back and do it again if you had trouble. Okay, now we have some sentences. Again, I'm going to read them slowly and I'm going to tap out, I'm going to sound out the words that we can, and then I'll read it fluently. So, and again, the green letters are common words. And we have these red lines to show you how you can connect certain words. Okay, so first we'll read it separately or slowly. The rat is mad. And when we read it, we want to put some of the words together because that's how we talk. We talk in little phrases. So we don't go, the rat is mad. We go, the rat is mad. The rat is mad. Okay, the rat is mad. Okay, is the rat mad? We have a question mark, so we're asking a question. Our voice goes up at the end. Is the rat mad? Is the rat mad? And here we put the rat together. Is the rat mad? Okay, the rat is fat. The rat is fat. The rat is fat. Okay, whoopsie. The fat rat is mad. The fat rat is mad. Fat rat is mad, however you want to say it. Sam is a mad man. Sam is a madman. We have that exclamation point. Okay, let's do some spelling for sentences. The rat is mad. I'm going to break it up. The rat is mad. Can you write that? Remember, capital letter at the beginning, period at the end. Pause if you need to. Sam is mad. Sam is mad. Pause if you need to. The fat rat is mad. The fat rat is mad. Pause if you need to. Yes, the rat is mad. Yes, comma. The rat is mad. Period at the end. Okay, pause if you need to. And then here we have the correct spellings. So you can compare that to what you wrote. Pause and take a look. Feel free to redo that lesson if you need to. Spelling is very important. Once you can spell, you can read. And it's not the other way around. If you can spell something, you can read it. But if you can read something, you can't necessarily spell it. So spelling is so important. So we really want to always do a lot of spelling. It's harder. It's not as much fun, but it's really important. So make sure that you're giving enough attention to this. Okay. Now we're on to the end of our decoding drills. This is a quick check. You want to be able to read these words. And these are our words that we can decode or read or, sound out. And these are the common words in the green. So if you have someone to help you, you can work on this. You can take a screenshot of this and you can work on it. But before you go on to 1.2, you want to be 100% with these. You want to be accurate and you want to be fast. So, you don't want to, it's totally good at the beginning to be like, what is this word? Let's see. Sad. That's great. But we want you to eventually get to where you can read it pretty quickly. So practice these words. And it's not about memorizing the words. We want you to always be sounding them out. Okay. So get someone to help you if you need to, or if you have someone, and otherwise just do it on your own. Okay. So pause, read these, and then start it again. And I'm going to read them for you. Okay. Sad. Sam. Ann. Dad. Tad. Fad. Mad. Dan. Ram. Rad. Now these words in boldface are nonsense words. They are not real words. Dat. Fam. Okay. And then the common words, we want to make sure you can read these too very quickly and easily. The, yes, is, go, no, so. Okay, so again, once you have these 100% and you're very fluent, you feel good about them, you feel like you can read them. Even better if you can spell them. If you have someone to help you, ask them to dictate these words to you and spell them and always sound them out. Sad, sad. That is the trick. If you can sound the word, sound out the letters, you can do it. This is, I know it's like you're at the beginning of a fork in the road, and the road that you're on that gave you trouble with reading does not have you reading this way, most likely. And the other road is going to take you a lot further. It's much more likely to get you to being a fluent reader, but it takes a little bit of effort to get on that road. So try to get on that road. Okay. That's the end of the decoding drill. The next section is actual reading. So you're gonna have to click on the link to get to the next one, but I hope you'll meet me there because that's the fun part. That's where we put it all together. You know, you did all the work, you did the reps and the lifts in the gym, and now we're out on the track or out on the slope. We're gonna put it all together and have the fun of reading. So click that other link. Don't forget to subscribe. If you think this lesson is helpful to you, if this curriculum is helpful, click subscribe, share it with your friends. And I hope to see you over on part 2 of lesson 1.1. Thank you.